Exclusive contract from Feilu Novel Network Novel. Muye. I evolved instant body technique into Feilei God, traveling through the world of Hokage and becoming a member of the Hyuga clan. Hyuga Shun discovered that he had obtained the golden finger and could choose to evolve his own abilities. Evolutionary selection of instant body technique is speed evolution. After evolution, the instant body technique will gain spatial abilities and obtain the Flying Thunder God technique. Attack evolution. After evolution, the teleportation technique will gain attack ability and obtain the Thunder Escape Chakra mode. Spiritual evolution. After evolution, the teleportation technique will gain the ability of illusion and obtain the Phantom Teleportation technique. White Eyes evolutionary selection, Soft Fist evolutionary selection, Pupil technique evolutionary selection. When White Eye evolved into Reincarnation Eye, Soft Fist evolved into 80 Divine Sky Strike, Illusion technique evolved into Infinite Moon Reading. Hinata turned around and found herself invincible in the ninja realm. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Hinata Clan Members. Evolutionary Chakra. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This translator is experiencing an error, please try another translator. Chapter 2. Enhanced Chakra Extraction. I want to. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Subsequently. Host. Hinata Moment, Ability. Enhanced Chakra Refining Technique, 0/3, the content projected on the virtual screen is transformed into this kind of appearance. Enhanced Version. This name is too perfunctory to obtain. The sun is speechless to the extreme. But as a result, memories of this enhanced version of chakra extraction directly impacted his brain, leading to a new version of his chakra extraction that he had never seen before. Try to see the effect. Hinata Shun also temporarily disregarded the changes in the virtual screen projection and attempted the effect of an enhanced version of chakra refining technique. Although he chose effect evolution during the evolution selection above the golden finger, which would greatly increase the effect of chakra refining, how can he know the effect of the new version of enhanced chakra refining without personally trying the effect? He silently began to cultivate. I don't know if it's because the back seat by the window is Wang's hometown, or because he is a member of the Hinata clan, or because of his poor behavior during such a long period of enrollment. Therefore, the teacher below may have noticed his actions, but did not intend to speak up. He was allowed to practice for a full hour. After the end, he also made a judgment in his mind about the new version of the ship. After 1 hour, the extracted amount of chakra required a full hour and a half compared to before, which means that the new version of the enhanced chakra extraction technique on this ship has greatly enhanced the effectiveness of extracting chakra. After obtaining the result, Hinata's heart was also filled with shock. If he throws out this enhanced version of chakra refining technique, it will definitely cause a huge uproar, enough to stir up the entire Konoha, no, it should be the entire ninja realm. The new chakra extraction technique with this effect. For someone who could have taken 10 years to become a ninja, it has been shortened to just over 6 years. Whoever can obtain the enhanced version of chakra refining from this ship means that villages or factions will far exceed those who have not received the enhanced version of chakra refining. But Hinata Shun did not intend to expose the enhanced version of chakra refining from this ship's new version. He can indeed record the cultivation method of the enhanced version of chakra refining on paper, spread it, and let others practice it, but for him, it has no benefit at all. To Huiying. Never mind, people like Monkey Flying and Sun Slaying may bless him for a period of time, but it's just a period of time. After a few years, when he's forgotten by the other party, it's time for the Sun Xiang sect to trouble him. After all, he still has the curse mark of a cage bird on his head. If he wants the Monkey Flying Sun to continue to bless him, he must continue to throw new things and let the Monkey Flying Sun to bless him. However, this will undoubtedly increase the conflict between himself, a member of the Hinata branch, and the members of the Hinata clan. It is uncertain that one day, the Hinata clan will directly launch a fierce attack and launch a cage bird to kill him. I'm afraid it's not in that situation. After learning about it, Monkey Flying and Sun Slaying only let out a slight sigh, then angrily rebuked the members of the Hinata clan, and asked them to pay some price to calm his anger. After that, there should be no reaction. After all, the things have already been obtained, and he has earned some money, ninjutsu, and other costs from the Hinata clan. Current interests. A deceased person, even if the monkey flying sun is a pity, cannot change the fact of his death. Therefore, it is nothing more than to punish Shao Jie severely and turn the situation upside down. So, Hinata immediately gave up the idea of joining the Hokage clan. If Qianshou Zhujian and Qianshou Kaijian were still in their time, he would definitely not hesitate to choose the Hokage lineage. After all, as long as he showed enough benefits, the other party would definitely ensure his life's safety. Especially with the iron and blood methods used by Qianshou, the Yuzhibo clan was tightly controlled by him, let alone the Hinata clan. But currently, the fourth-generation Hokage Wei Feng Shui Gate has died. And the third-generation Hokage Monkey Flying Sun Slayer takes over as Hokage again. Next, my village is once again under the control of my F4. With these few people's cold and thin personalities, he will definitely not gain any benefits. At least, if he pays 100 yuan, the reward he receives is likely to be 0. That's also why after thinking for a while, he gave up the idea of getting close to the Fire Shadow lineage. At least, the current Fire Shadow lineage is really not worth getting close to. At this time, it's still better to develop quietly and cultivate silently, using these golden fingers to enhance one's strength. Moreover, this has only evolved once, and the effect of extracting chakras has been enhanced so much. If I evolve a few more times, my effect of extracting chakras can even be multiplied by several times, even tens of times, even tens of times. Hinata secretly thought to herself. The effect of a single evolution is so obvious. So, if we evolve the effect a few more times, the extracted amount of chakra will definitely be more. So, what he should do now is to pretend that nothing has happened, continue his life, and secretly, roll all the people in the ninja world to death. At this moment, he also refocused his gaze on the virtual screen projection. Host. Hinata Moment, Ability. Enhanced Chakra Refining Technique, 0/3, after evolving once. The words such as Chakra Refining Technique in the ability have changed, replaced with Enhanced Chakra Refining Technique, and the subsequent numerical values have also changed. Originally in the format of 0/1, they have now become in the format of 0/3. This format undoubtedly illustrates something. Is it like an experience bar for game character upgrades? Hinata almost instantly understood what was behind his abilities, and they all witnessed a change with their own eyes. If he really couldn't see it, then he would be really foolish. The previous ability's text changed because the ability's evolution experience bar was full, so Chakra Extraction became an enhanced version of Chakra Extraction. Therefore, in order to make the enhanced version of Chakra Extraction undergo another textual change, it should require 3 rounds of evolution. After filling this experience bar, the change can continue. The disappearance of the plus symbol indicates that evolution is no longer possible. How can this thing continue to trigger the evolution of the plus symbol? Hinata analyzed everything she could understand. At present, what is unknown is when abilities can evolve again. However, according to previous judgments, if one wants to evolve again, they will have to wait for the symbol plus to appear again on the projection of this virtual screen. I just don't know when it will appear. Slowly wait for the plus symbol to appear. Hinata Shun also did not continue to focus his thoughts on this. At present, he has only just understood some of the functions of this golden finger, and what he can understand is almost there. Continuing to speculate and ponder would seem like a waste of time. Besides, he, who was originally planning to ruin things, obtained the golden finger and even evolved this chakra extraction technique into an enhanced version of chakra extraction technique. With this thing, he can greatly increase the effectiveness of refining chakras. Refining for an hour is the result of the past 1.5 hours. So, refining for a month and a half is not the result that could have been refined in the past. If refined for a year, it would be the result of 1.5 years. So, this thing really improved his mediocre aptitude a lot, not to mention the existence of the golden finger. He also swept away the heart that wanted to be rotten for a while, and there were already golden fingers. What else could he be rotten for? He had to quickly roll it up and kill the entire ninja realm. So, with such a good enhanced version of chakra refining technique, he naturally began to work hard to cultivate it. He almost wished he could use all his available time to refine chakra. Unfortunately, he is only 6 years old now, and it is best not to spend more than 8 hours refining chakras daily, otherwise it will really cause irreparable damage to his body. 1 day. 2 days. 3 days. 7 days. Half a month. In the blink of an eye, half a month had passed. During this half-month period, apart from refining chakras within the specified time, Hinata has also become idle. Although half a month of effort has increased the amount of chakra he has refined, if we really talk about it, it's only half a month, and we won't see any significant results. We still need to persevere. And on his virtual screen projection, for half a month, he paid special attention every day, but there was no change on it. The evolutionarily good plus has not reappeared so far. At first, it was not urgent. But half a month had passed without any change, and he couldn't help feeling a little anxious. After all, he was still counting on this golden finger to help him escape the bitter sea of the Hinata clan. Being anxious is also useless. He has no idea where to start with this evolutionary problem. One day, he also went to visit the home of Hinata no Yashikata. Uncle Rizhao. Standing in front of him was undoubtedly the diurnal difference, and he came with a fruit basket. You child, how many times have you said that you don't need to wear anything when you come to me, and it's better to buy yourself more food and supplement your nutrition with this money. At your age, you need to consume a lot of nutrients to grow strong. Don't bring it next time, otherwise I won't let you in. He also said with a smile on his face, saying the difference between the day and the day. Okay, I got it. Hinata Shun also nodded in response and said. P.S. A new book with 3,000 words per chapter, full of sincerity. Could you please kindly support us with flowers? Thank you. P.S. Some seemingly misspelled words in the book are actually just jokes played by the author, and there are usually very few misspelled words. If there are really any, please forgive me. Chapter 3. Two couples with daily differences. Learn soft fist. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hinata also entered the home of Hinata. He has come to this place many times already. The Hinata clan is headed by Hinata Higashi, while Hinata Higashi is the head of the branch family. He is mainly responsible for managing the branch family, including the affairs of the members of the branch family, which are basically handled by Hinata Higashi. For example, after his parents passed away, Hinata helped his family a lot. Of course, another reason is that his parents and Hinata are of the same age, and his mother and Hinata's mother are best friends. In addition, the support from both sides of his parents brought Hinata and Hinata Lanzi together, making the relationship quite good. So, after his parents passed away one after another, Hinata not only helped him as the head of a separate family, but also largely due to his parents. And he just sat in the back. The door of the house with a daily difference is opened. It was Hinata Lanzi who brought her child back from outside to buy groceries. Xiao Shan, you finally came. You haven't come to Auntie's place for half a month. If you don't come again, I'm planning to personally go to your place and catch you. Hinata Lanzi also showed a big and bright smile when she saw Hinata's moment and said. Auntie Lanzi, I've been practicing all this time and forgot about it for a while. Hinata Shun also scratched his head and said. You have golden fingers. So, he had the urge to roll up the entire ninja realm, so he tried his best. As for Hinata Lanzi asking him to come here to eat frequently, he completely forgot about it. Since you're here, just wait here. Auntie will make you delicious food. Come, I'd rather you go play with your brother. Hinata Lanzi also let go of Hinata Ningxi, who was held in her arms. And Rishyang Ningxi. There were some who stumbled and walked towards the direction of the sun. Although Hinata Ning, who was only about a year and a half old, had learned to walk, her whole body was a bit shaky when walking. Fortunately, she looked a bit like she was about to fall, but she walked steadily and did not fall due to walking imbalance. Brother Shun, hold on. Hinata Ningxi reached out to Hinata Shun and shouted in a childish voice. Okay, brother, hold on. Hinata Shun also reached out and picked up Hinata Ningxi. At this time, Ri Xiangning is only over a year old and looks quite cute. It's just playing with the child, it's not difficult for him. Moreover, children are prone to falling asleep while playing, especially those who are only 1 or 2 years old. Hinata Shun also accompanied Hinata Ningxi after finishing for a while. The other party just fell asleep. Ningxi fell asleep. Come on, leave it to me. Hinata also walked over and picked up Hinata Ningxi, who was asleep, and asked the nanny to take Hinata Ningxi to bed to sleep. Subsequently, he can just have a good chat with Hinata Yashikatsu. Uncle Rizhao, I came this time to ask you to guide me in the cultivation of my soft fist. Do you have time, Uncle Rizhao? Hinata asked instantly. For half a month, the golden finger remained motionless. Of course, he was a bit anxious, but there were some things that were urgent and useless, so he chose to make some other attempts to see if some things were as he had guessed. The premise is that he needs to learn a ninjutsu technique. As for coming here to learn Rochuan, it is because of his own bloodline. When combined with Bai Yen, Rochuan can produce amazing effects. So, he came specifically to ask about the daily difference. He actually has a ninjutsu scroll for Ro Quan, but if he learns it himself without guidance, it's easy for him to learn it wrong. So he came to Hinata to give advice, and at least the other person is also a top ninja. He must have his own perspective on Ro Quan. So, letting Hinata guide him is undoubtedly a master who can guide the little vegetable chicken in 2 moves. Even 2 moves can benefit the little vegetable chicken greatly. If ordinary people want such guidance, it is quite rare. After all, a ninja has so much time to guide you there. Why should I guide you in ninjutsu if you are not related or close? Didn't you not want to study recently? Hinata looked at Hinata with a strange expression and said. He knows very well what his friend's son looks like. After attending ninja school last year, he quickly said he didn't want to work hard anymore and wanted to put on a bad show. He has also advised the other party several times. But the other party's attitude was resolute, stating that they would not take ninjas for granted in the future and plan to open a shop in the village to become a boss. But now there has suddenly been a big change in attitude. This puzzled him. I just feel that improving oneself is not a bad thing, at least not to be bullied by others. Hinata smiled awkwardly, and he also knew what his previous attitude of showing off was like. Hinata expressed that he personally taught, but he said that if he didn't learn, he would put on a show. Now if I had known earlier, I wouldn't have been so firm in front of the daily difference. Let's go. The difference between the sun and the sun is not a concern for this kind of thing. As a nephew, he still thinks it's good to start working hard again. If the other party is willing to learn, he is naturally willing to give it his all. The 2 of them arrived at the yard. Our Hinata clan's Ro Quan mainly involves penetrating our own chakra into the opponent's body, thereby damaging the enemy's chakra pathway, meridian system, and internal organs body techniques. Moreover, most of the Hinata clan's ninjutsu is based on Ro Quan, so Ro Quan is crucial. Don't underestimate the importance of Ro Quan. Of course, Rochuan needs to be paired with the white eyes of our Hinata clan in order to fully unleash its power. Hinata slowly explained the importance of Rochuan to Hinata. It's also to ensure that my nephew doesn't underestimate soft fist, so he's not very focused on practicing soft fist. Subsequently, Hinata also personally taught him soft fist. There is a Japanese daily difference that has been profound for decades on top of the soft fist, which teaches him very quickly. Rochuan is a physical technique. A body technique specifically developed in conjunction with the Hinata clan's white eyes. When used in combination with soft fist, white eyes can accurately attack the enemy's meridian system and can also block their chakra flow by tapping their acupoints. In order to test some of the functions in the virtual screen projection, Hyuga Shun himself also worked quite hard to learn. I practiced for about an hour. Hyuga Shun was also sweating profusely during his cultivation. Of course, he couldn't just learn soft fist in such a short period of time. If he had such talent, he wouldn't have let it slip. But with the guidance of daily differences, his learning progress is also quite fast. You too, it's almost time. I've prepared the food, so why don't you eat first? At this moment, Hinata Lanzi, who had prepared the food, also walked over and shouted at the two of them. Both of them responded in unison. I stopped practicing first, after all, people are like iron, rice is like steel, and not eating a meal makes me hungry. When it's time to eat, you still have to eat. Only after finishing can one have more strength to strive for cultivation. Hinata Lanzi's craftsmanship is still so good, and Hyuga Shun also ate a few bowls of rice. After all, as a ninja, the appetite is generally amazing because the extracted chakra is a power born from the combination of physical energy and spiritual energy within the body. So, once the chakra is extracted, the body will naturally cause a lot of wear and tear, and in such a situation, the body naturally needs to consume a large amount of nutrients to recover from the body's wear and tear. Otherwise, if the nutrition cannot keep up, continuing to extract chakra will cause damage to the foundation of the body, and the consequences can be quite serious. After a big meal, Hyuga Shun also continued to cultivate soft fist. Since he has decided to kill everyone in the ninja realm, he will not miss a minute of cultivation opportunity, especially since Hinata is a top ninja. When necessary, the other party also needs to perform tasks, especially during the period shortly after the passing of the Feng Shui Gate. Originally, the successor of the fourth generation Hokage was a good thing, indicating the emergence of a powerful ninja in the fire country of Kiba village, especially the flying thunder god technique of the wave wind and water gate, which few people could resist. So, with the end of the Third Ninja War, the wars between countries had already been pacified, and the remaining friction was only minor. Wars like those involving hundreds or even thousands of ninjas had basically been eliminated. After the death of the wave wind water gate, there is a resurgence of restlessness among countries. After all, for all countries, the threat of a fire shadow that can fly the thunder god technique is too great, especially when the wave Feng Shui Gate makes a move. Hundreds of ninjas will be solved by the wave Feng Shui Gate in a short period of time. Those are all ninjas that have been painstakingly cultivated in the village, so investing a large amount of combat power under the premise of having the wave wind water gate is undoubtedly a way to send people's heads to the wave wind water gate. After several key battles were fought, the other ninja villages immediately realized the situation was not good, so they chose to postpone the war against the fire country of Kiba village, which is why the Third Ninja World War suddenly came to an abrupt end. Because continuing to fight may not necessarily bring any benefits to other villages, and the ninjas cultivated by their own villages through hard work will also be cut away by the other party like rice, one after another. After reading this, my blood pressure instantly rises. However, for the people of other ninja villages now, after the death of this huge threat, their hearts naturally stirred up some other thoughts, and many ninja villages have begun to test the strength of the Fire Country's Kiba village. This led to most of the ninjas in Kiba village taking action again, carrying out various tasks. As a superior ninja, in such a dangerous situation, one must naturally follow the arrangements. So, today there may be time for Hinata to teach him soft fist, and tomorrow the other party may go out to carry out tasks. Of course, he should cherish the opportunity for the other party to teach him soft fist. P.S. A new book with 3,000 words per chapter, full of sincerity. Could you please kindly support us with flowers? Thank you. Chapter 4. An additional item appears on the virtual screen projection. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Days passed in a blink of an eye. Finally, despite his desperate efforts, he finally learned the soft fist thoroughly. However, due to his failure to open his eyes and the fact that he had just learned the soft fist, his understanding was not very deep, and the power he unleashed was not significant. After all, there is no blind eye, and the power is definitely greatly discounted. But at least I have learned it. And after learning it, Hinata instantly summoned a virtual screen projection, and some changes occurred on this virtual screen projection as he learned how to use softboxing. Host. Hinata Moment, Ability. Enhanced Chakra Refining Technique, 0/3, Soft Fist, 0/5, as he learned soft fist, his virtual screen projection also underwent such changes, adding an additional ability, and the required values for the subsequent experience bar were obviously quite high. From the ordinary Chakra Refining Technique to the Enhanced Chakra Refining Technique, it requires 0/1 and 0/3, respectively, and now the experience bar of this Rochuan is even more, 0/5, requiring a full 5 evolutions to undergo transformation. Is it because of grading? Nowadays, it seems that the higher the level of ninjutsu, the more evolution is needed to produce complete evolution, in order to produce essential transformation. The ninjutsu level of the Hyuga clan's soft fists can only be considered as B. level, combined with many techniques such as white eyes and acupoint tapping, it can be considered as A. level ninjutsu. So, can this evolutionary experience bar, 0/5, be considered a B. level ninjutsu or an A. level ninjutsu? Hinata pondered and pondered in an instant. He just wanted to calculate each level pattern corresponding to the evolution experience bar of this golden finger. But for now, let's take a look. This pattern really has some difficulties in catching. However, by learning more about ninjutsu and judging the evolution experience of each level of ninjutsu, one can draw a conclusion. However, evolutionary symbols have not yet appeared. Hinata was secretly disappointed. He also has some big heads. If he can't find the conditions for further evolution, then his golden fingers will become a decoration. But he was helpless. He can only say, damn it, who gave him the golden finger? TM didn't even prepare a manual for him, it's really a bullshit. Practice. 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 Within a few days of learning Rochuan, there was also an issue with Hinata. There were tasks to be carried out in the village, and the other party didn't have the time to continue guiding him. Without Hinata's teachings, he could only cultivate on his own. When I was in school, he devoted almost 8 hours of his daily time to refining chakras, while after school, he practiced softboxing and could only say that each had their own improvements. And during this period, in some of the courses he attended, he still learned some ninjutsu. However, they are all low-level ninjutsu. It can't be considered so profound. And now. Host. Hinata Moment, Ability. Enhanced Chakra Extraction, 0/3, Soft Fist, 0/5, Instant Body, 0 to 1, stand-in, 0 to 1, transformation, 0 to 1, and separation, 0 to 1, his ability to project on virtual screens has also increased. I learned 3-body technique at ninja school. And the instant technique was learned from the ninjutsu scroll left by his father. Of course. The teleportation technique he has learned is only a D.level teleportation technique. The level of instant body technique itself is not very high. Most ninjas can learn it and use chakras to quickly move their own speed, achieving the effect of instant movement. This is called instant body technique. Of course. There are also some special teleportation techniques. For example, I love the sand instant body of Luo, as well as the illusion instant body combined with the Sharingan to cast, or the flying thunder god's art of wave wind and water gate, the thunder instant body used in the thunder escape chakra mode of the 3rd and 4th generations of Thunder Shadow, and even Naruto's 9-tailed chakra mode. The simplest and most rough way is to directly increase the consumption of chakra to cast the instant body art, directly pushing the basic instant body art to the extreme. All of these are collectively referred to as the technique of instant body. However, some improved teleportation skills are no longer at level D. Learn instant body techniques. He also thought that when he could evolve, could he give it a try and evolve the most common teleportation technique? Maybe he could evolve the ordinary teleportation technique into the flying thunder god's technique. But just thinking about it. After all, the technique of flying thunder god is an S.level ninjutsu, and even soft fist requires 5 rounds of evolution to achieve complete evolution in essence. That's even less to say, how many rounds of evolution are needed to evolve from instant body technique to flying thunder god technique. At least, he hasn't figured out how to obtain an evolutionary solution yet, so how can he daydream like this? Time passes by bit by bit. February 1st. It has been a month since he obtained the golden finger. Hinata Shun still has no idea how to obtain an evolutionary method, which worries him deeply. In order to prevent him from overthinking, he can only devote all his thoughts to cultivation. However, after waking up in the morning, he opened the virtual screen projection and took a look. This is a daily habit developed to not miss out on the changes in virtual screen projection. Anyway, take a look every day, and maybe one day, when the virtual screen is projected onto the ability bar, an evolving symbol will appear. Result today, upon opening it, he woke up instantly. Host. Hinata moment, ability. Enhanced chakra refining, 0/3, plus, soft fist, 0/5, plus, instant body, 0 to 1, plus, stand-in, 0 to 1, plus, transformation, 0 to 1, plus, split-in, 0 to 1, plus on the virtual screen projection, behind all abilities, the symbol that belongs exclusively to evolution reappears. What happened? What was the reason? Hinata was also stunned for a moment, and immediately began to think about the reason why this evolutionary symbol appeared. Finally, his judgment is, because today is the 1st of the new month. I obtained this golden finger on the 1st of last month. When the 1st of this month arrived, the symbol of evolution appeared. Therefore, the refresh time of this evolution symbol was originally calculated based on the 1st of the new month. Hinata's heart had already secretly calculated the laws of this evolutionary symbol. But he cannot be absolutely certain. After using the evolution symbol this time, we can basically determine whether the number of evolutions will refresh on March 1st. Hinata's secret passage. But if there is one chance for evolution every month, it would be 12 times a year. I don't know to what level I can evolve the enhanced version of chakra refining, or to try evolving other ninjutsus. After thinking for a long time, Hinata Shun also gave up this idea. After all, if it is really a monthly evolution opportunity, then this one is quite precious. At least, it cannot be used randomly, and should be used in the most effective place. Let's start with the enhanced version of chakra refining this time. Ninjutsu and all other forms of ninjutsu are temporarily secondary. All ninjutsu cannot do without the essential chakra, which is the root of using ninjutsu. Therefore, as long as I refine the chakra effect better and better, then others can go up to the ninjutsu shadow level, others can go up to the ninjutsu shadow level, others can go up to the super shadow level, and others can go up to 6 levels above the shadow level. Suppressing this level and hitting the opponent is not enough to turn them into dogs. The sun makes a quick decision. Once again, I clicked on the plus symbol after the enhanced version of chakra refining with my will. Immediately, another new window popped up. Enhanced Chakra Refinement Evolutionary Selection Effect Evolution. After evolution, the amount of chakra extracted by the enhanced version of chakra extraction will be greatly increased. Attack Evolution. After evolution, the power of the ninjutsu cast by the enhanced version of chakra extraction will be greatly enhanced. Capacity Evolution. After evolution, the enhanced version of chakra refining will greatly increase the body capacity of the extracted chakra. This evolution has seen new changes in the evolutionary window. There are actually 3 evolutionary choices this time. Hinata indicates some unexpected events. Is it because chakra refining technique has evolved into an enhanced version of chakra refining technique that there is an additional evolutionary choice in this evolution? Hinata thought for a moment, and then he forgot about it. Whether it's true or not, he can't control this change anyway. However, having an additional evolutionary choice is also a good thing for him. The increase in capacity is not of much use to me, let's evolve the effect. After a brand new choice was made, Hinata only hesitated for a moment before still making the choice of effect evolution. His qualifications are mediocre. This fact cannot be changed. So, whether it's attacking evolution that greatly enhances the power exerted by chakra, or choosing capacity evolution to reach the maximum chakra capacity of one's own body, reaching the astonishingly large chakra capacity of the Vortex clan, it won't be of much use to him. After clicking on Effect Evolution, the evolutionary window disappears. The resulting change began after the enhanced version of chakra refining, where 0/3 began to change and became the appearance of 1/3. Continuing. In his memory, there was a slight change in the memory of the enhanced version of chakra extraction technique, and this change was also clearly noticeable to Hinata. Has there been any change in the method of cultivation? Hinata compared his previous cultivation methods and found that there have been some changes in the cultivation method of the enhanced version of chakra extraction technique after evolution. Even if it's just a numerical increase in the evolution experience bar, will it still lead to the evolution of evolution ability? Why waste time thinking too much? Just give it a try and you'll see how much improvement you've made. With this thought in mind, Hinata immediately continued to refine chakras based on the enhanced version of chakra extraction technique that had evolved once. He quickly arrived at the conclusion. Improved. The amount of extracted chakra has increased slightly. If the extraction effect of chakra extraction is considered 100%. So, evolving into an enhanced version of chakra extraction, the effect of the extracted chakra is 150%, and now after another evolution, the effect of the enhanced version of chakra extraction has also increased to over 170%. Based on his own perception, he should be at a refining speed of around 175%. Evolve once to increase refining speed by 25%. So, within the scope of enhanced chakra refining, he can also evolve once to maximize the effectiveness of enhanced chakra refining. Therefore, the speed of refining chakra should be over 200% of that of regular chakra refining. If we evolve again and make the evolution experience bar full, then we should directly undergo transformation. If we continue to choose speed evolution, we don't know how much the speed of extraction will increase after the transformation of the enhanced chakra refining technique. 300%, 400% still. 500% at this thought, Hinata couldn't help but feel a little excited. It's like playing a game, where someone else gains 1 experience per minute while hanging up and practicing, but he can gain 10 experience per minute. He doesn't believe it anymore. After upgrading a few more times, how much chakra can those so-called geniuses extract every day? P.S. A new book with 3,000 words per chapter, full of sincerity. Could you please kindly support us with flowers? Thank you. Chapter 5. Enhanced Chakra Refining Technique Revisits. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. This translator is experiencing an error, please try another translator. Chapter 6. 6 times the extraction effect of chakra. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Host. Hinata Moment, Ability. Essence Version Chakra Extraction, 0/5, Soft Fist, 0/5, Instant Body Skill, 0-1, Double Body Skill, 0/1, Transformation Skill, 0-1, Split Body Skill, 0/1. On the virtual screen projection, there have already been some changes. And the memory of the essence version of chakra extraction after transformational evolution also flowed into his mind. He spent a little time to sort out the memory, and soon it was smoothed out. Give it a try first. Without saying a word, Hinata immediately tried the effect of this new chakra refining technique first. Is the effect good? Just give it a try and you'll know. Sit and close your eyes. It is the beginning of refining chakra with the essence version chakra extraction. At the beginning, refine. Hinata immediately felt that the speed of extracting the chakra was astonishing, and the effect of extracting the chakra had increased too much, so it was extremely obvious, which made him immediately feel it. Time flies by. In the blink of an eye. An hour has passed. Hinata also stopped refining chakra. He opened his eyes, filled with shock. This evolution. The effect of refining chakra was once again greatly increased, which shocked him greatly. The effect of this chakra extraction is actually 6 times that of ordinary chakra extraction techniques, TMD, it's terrifying. Hinata was also amazed in her heart. Good guy, the last time we underwent transformational evolution, the effect was just that. But the effect of this evolution really shocked him. Is it because the evolutionary effect of a transformational evolution with only 1 evolutionary experience bar is worse than that of a transformational evolution with 3 more evolutionary experience bars? If so, what would be the effect of a full evolutionary experience bar that requires 5 evolutionary opportunities? It's really exciting. Sunrise is also looking forward to the next time, the transformational evolution of the essence version of chakra extraction. However, this will take 5 months. After all, he has only 1 evolutionary opportunity in a month. Today's essence version of chakra extraction requires 5 evolutionary opportunities to reach its full value. After reaching its full value, transformational evolution will take place. Virtual projection, oh no, it's too vulgar to call it. The advantage of this golden finger is evolution. Since that's the case, let's call it the evolution panel in the future. Hinata looked at the virtual screen projection and pondered for a while before giving her golden finger a name. Unfortunately, his golden finger is not a systematic system, otherwise he would just let the system introduce itself directly. Originally, he has the enhanced version of chakra refining, which can reach 200% of chakra refining effect at most. But now, the essence version of chakra refining has come, and he has directly obtained 600% of chakra refining effect. Now, even though his aptitude is somewhat mediocre, with only 600% of the chakra refining effect, his talent has directly transformed from mediocrity to genius. Catching up with a genius is not a dream at all. During this period, Hinata was purely developing in a lewd manner. Apart from cultivation, he doesn't focus on anything else. And this month, the daily difference has finally escaped from busy tasks, and today, the various related things caused by the passing of the fourth generation Hokage have finally calmed down a lot. Therefore, during this period, the tiring daily difference has become less tiring. Today, Hinata suddenly visited the door. At Hinata's home, he had a big meal and his appetite was not good enough. As an upper ninja and the head of the Hinata family, Hinata, of course, is not inferior to Hinata's few bites of food. Seeing Hinata eating so well, he is very happy. The ninja's chakra itself extracts energy from human cells and combines it with spiritual energy to be born. Being able to eat also indirectly indicates good health. In terms of refining chakras, one must be skilled. After meals. Not long ago. Instantly, let me see the results of your cultivation during this period. Hinata walked into the yard and said to Hinata. During this period of time, he was completely busy carrying out the tasks of the village, so busy that he didn't have to rest. Now that he has rested, he wants to see how hard Hinata has worked during this period. Okay. Hinata is also not polite. He certainly wouldn't feel that he had just broken through to the next level of tolerance and was proud in front of the Hinata. The other party was a genuine upper tolerance, and he was just a lower tolerance. The other party made it impossible for him to beat them with one hand. He launched a soft fist attack against the Hinata. But, in the face of the daily difference, there are more or less apprentices playing tricks. However, Hinata did not use all his strength to fight him, but only used some of his strength to feed him and let him use all of his own strength. 10 minutes later. He was also lying on the ground, panting heavily. Shanren is Shanren. Even if he reluctantly uses all his strength to fight the other party, he won't hurt them at all. What kind of killing beyond one's level? He can only say that pure TMD nonsense. The gap between lower tolerance and upper tolerance is not easily bridged, at least in a direct confrontation. It is basically impossible for lower tolerance to surpass upper tolerance. Unless, without the knowledge of the other party, all detonating symbols are pasted in the other party's residence. Once the other party enters, they will detonate directly, and there is a high probability that they can be suppressed to death. However, these are all things that old pussy would do. Hinata expressed that as a righteous gentleman, how could he possibly do such a thing? It's impossible, absolutely impossible. At least, it's impossible now. The battle is over. Hinata Shun also got up, picked up the clean towel that Hinata Lanzi had already prepared for them, and wiped his face. However, it was only him who was doing it alone. After all, he was the one who had become a dog. As for the diurnal difference, the other party didn't sweat at all. Living room. Uncle Rizhao, thank you for taking care of me during this period. This is my gratitude. Hinata took out a scroll and placed it in front of Hinata, saying, from his father's death to his mother's death, Hinata and his wife have taken good care of him, and of course, he has seen all of this. He is very grateful to them in his heart. So, he took out a thank you gift to repay the other party. You child, I'm not helping you out of this so-called gratitude. Hinata glanced at the scroll and shook his head, saying, Uncle nickname, this is a token of my appreciation. Please accept it. Hinata said seriously. Okay, you child really bears a striking resemblance to your father Tuado in personality. Looking at Hinata also sighed with emotion. This serious appearance made him feel as if he had seen Hinata Tsudo. Once, Hinata Tsudo, like Hinata Tsudo, had a very serious personality. Then, he also picked up the scroll and opened it to take a look. He just wanted to take a look and see what Hinata Shun was going to give him. But, just a glance. His gaze was somewhat unable to move away. Because at the beginning of this scroll, there were a few big words written Enhanced Chakra Extraction Technique, which immediately attracted Hinata. He frowned and felt that this scroll seemed a bit complicated. After glancing at Hinata, he continued to open it. He actually wants to see what gift his nephew has given. Subsequently, as he opened the scroll, the content on it gradually caught his eye. Until he finishes reading it all. Is what is recorded above true? Hinata looked at Hinata seriously and asked. He just saw the back of the scroll and wrote a note on the back that said, "This enhanced version of the chakra extraction technique is based on the transformation of chakra extraction. The effect of extracting chakra is twice that of ordinary chakra extraction techniques." It's just such a simple sentence. He had to be cautious. If this is true, the value of the thing in his hand is astonishing. Uncle Richa, you can personally use this to refine chakra and see the effect, then you'll know. Hinata did not admit it at all, but instead guided Hinata to try the effect of the enhanced version of chakra refinement technique with words. Rather than persuading the other party to believe it verbally, it was better to let them experience the effect firsthand. After experiencing it, the other party doesn't need to ask him again. P.S. A new book with 3,000 words per chapter, full of sincerity. Could you please kindly support us with flowers? Thank you. P.S. Just to explain, the protagonist's golden finger is not a system, it's just a purely rigid program. I won't mention any other authors, let's just read a book. Chapter 7. If someone is not born, they will be treated as. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Upon hearing this, even the daily difference is not in words. He is extremely clear at this moment. My nephew has said so, the other party must have full confidence, and it is even possible that the other party has already started practicing secretly. After experiencing its effects, I became so confident in front of him. Subsequently, he carefully read the content on the scroll several times, and after all the meridian diagrams and other details were imprinted in his heart, he began to practice according to the enhanced chakra extraction technique. At the beginning of cultivation, it's just a little while. He felt the uniqueness of this enhanced version of chakra refining technique. Just started practicing. He felt the powerful effect. The speed of extracting chakras is definitely much stronger than the chakra extraction technique he usually uses. Immediately after, he also focused on his cultivation. On weekdays, he has a clear idea of how many chakras he usually extracts. Especially during this period. During the execution of the task, chakra kept consuming and then refining to recover. So, he is very clear about the amount of chakra extracted. 10 minutes later, he opened his eyes and walked out of the state of extracting chakras. It is indeed twice the refining effect. Hinata took a long breath and said. And that comes with it. It was his attention to his nephew, his eyes shining brightly as he stared at Hinata. Where did you get this thing from? Hinata asked. This brand new chakra refining technique is much more powerful than ordinary chakra refining techniques, with twice the refining effect. If he's not shocked by such a good thing, it's fake. But why did this thing come out of Hinata's hand, which somewhat puzzled him? He had a guess in his heart. After seeing Hinata's age, he directly suppressed this guess. Impossible. This kind of thing is absolutely impossible. If it is really the speculation in his heart, it is somewhat absurd. Uncle Rizhao, this is a work that I spent a long time improving from the foundation of chakra extraction. Where else can this come from? Hinata just smiled and said. In a way, this is indeed what he created. After all, it took him several evolutionary opportunities to evolve the chakra extraction technique to this extent. Without him, this enhanced version of chakra extraction could not have been born. Putting the name of this creator on his own head actually has no problem. Did you start improving the chakra refining technique when you realized your cultivation qualifications? After pondering for a moment, Hinata asked. My nephew, who is only 6 years old, has improved his chakra extraction technique by doubling its effectiveness. Although he may find it absurd in his heart, he believes that this should be the truth. After all, if he were the inventor of this enhanced version of chakra refining technique, how could he casually give such things to others, even if the target was a child? Improving the chakra refining technique and giving it twice the refining effect of the original chakra refining technique, as long as the reformer promotes it, it is enough to leave a strong mark in history, just like the first Hokage thousand-handed pillar that evaluates chaotic times, leaving a lasting mark in history. Who would be willing to give someone such an opportunity to leave a name in history? At least, he doesn't think he can give such an opportunity to others. Most people. I can't do it either. So, this absurd answer at the moment, no matter how absurd, can only be the correct answer. Yes. Hinata nodded in an instant, without denying the heliocentric difference. In fact, he just used his own evolution panel to evolve the chakra extraction technique on the first of each month. However, it's necessary to cover it up. At least, the results of more than half a year of hard work and improvement are much more convincing than when I just used my brain to improve the chakra extraction technique. Shun, do you know the value of this thing? Hinata suddenly asked this question. I know. Hinata replied with an unchanged expression. So what's the purpose of putting this thing in front of me? Hinata looked at Hinata seriously and asked. At this moment, he realized that his nephew was not at all what the other person had shown. Everything that the other person had shown on the surface was clearly intentional. This enhanced version of chakra refining technique is enough to demonstrate the uniqueness of my nephew. So, my nephew held something that could shake the entire wood leaf, no, it should be something that shook the entire ninja realm, and directly placed it in front of him, letting him know about this matter. The other party must have come with a purpose. Otherwise, why should the other party expose their talents? A Hinata clan with such talent and a separate identity, if the members of the clan were to know, the consequences would be quite serious. The chakra extraction technique has been passed down for too many years. There have been improvements before. But hundreds of years ago, this kind of improvement had already remained unchanged, because hundreds of years ago, everyone had already believed that chakra extraction had been improved to the extreme, and further improvement was impossible. It is also possible that some people have made improvements, but none of them have been successful. If successful, then this kind of news should have spread throughout the ninja world long ago. So this chakra extraction technique, which has remained unchanged for hundreds of years, has undergone such an astonishing improvement, resulting in twice the extraction effect. It is impossible for the people of the Hinata clan to know this without causing them to fear it. After all, if the Hinata instant, which can improve the chakra refining technique, has such a talent, what if the other party's talent is used to study the bird seal in the cage? This kind of thing can be imagined by the people of the Hinata clan with just a little bit of thinking. That's exactly how it is. If a talent like Hinata was truly exposed in front of the Hinata clan, the members of the Hinata clan would surely have planted several people around him day and night, never allowing Hinata to come into contact with any sealing techniques, and never allowing Hinata to study the bird in the cage. And Hinata's fate is only one. Threatened by the members of the Hinata clan using a bird in a cage, Hinata Shun continuously tried to improve his chakra extraction technique with his talent, in order to obtain better and better chakra extraction techniques. As a result, Hinata Shun became a tool in the hands of the Hinata clan. Just expose this kind of thing to Hinata in front of him. For the moment of the sun. There is also a significant risk involved. After all, he is a Hinata, and in terms of identity, he is not just the head of the Hinata clan's family division. In addition, he also has the identity of Hinata's younger brother. If his heart leans slightly towards the Hinata clan, tell the Hinata clan about this matter. So, for Hinata Shun, that is an irreparable disaster. Uncle Rizhao, I want to learn sealing techniques. Hinata immediately stated her purpose directly. He didn't know the consequences of exposing the enhanced version of chakra refining, but he could only take a gamble. In ninja schools, it is almost impossible to come into contact with sealing techniques. Unless he personally goes to the teacher to learn. But if he did this, it would be like telling the people of the Hinata clan directly that Hinata is currently working hard to learn sealing techniques to break through the cage bird. Whether it is for the purpose of improving oneself or for the purpose of freeing the cage bird. The Hinata clan doesn't care about so much. As long as you have any signs, they will directly suppress your idea. For so many years. The people of the Hinata clan have long been accustomed to being aloof and constantly squeezing the people who split the family. If the bird in the cage is released, it will harm their own interests, even if the other party lacks the ability. They cannot let the people who split the family study the bird in the cage. So the only way that Hinata can think of is to try to obtain the sealing technique from Hinata. Even if there is a risk of exposure, he wants to take a gamble. At least there is a chance to break free from the fate of the bird in the cage. He is not willing to be a dog for the people of the Hinata clan anymore. Do you know what your request means? Hinata looked deeply at Hinata and said. I know. Hinata replied instantly. If the people of the sect know about it, in the future, you will be directly deprived of your ordinary life by them. Hinata said seriously. This is also indirectly telling Hinata that after being exposed to sealing techniques, as long as the members of the Hinata clan discover it, there will be no ordinary life in the future. Uncle Richa, no one wants to be born, so just treat them like dogs. Hinata calmly said this sentence. This made even the diurnal difference feel like there was a huge gap between the current moment and the one he had in mind. It was like a completely different person. It is precisely with such calm words spoken. He realized that there was much more hatred towards the Hinata clan in Hinata's heart than he had imagined. This hatred was definitely enough to make Hinata go crazy, but that's how it was. A person who suppressed the madness in his heart, appeared calm on the surface, and could even pretend to be himself in ordinary times, was even more terrifying. The scariest thing is that Hinata is only 6 years old now. P.S. A new book with 3,000 words per chapter, full of sincerity. Could you please kindly support us with flowers? Thank you. Chapter 8. 16-character sealing and 16-character unsealing techniques. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At the age of only 6, I had this idea, and this enhanced version of chakra refining technique also demonstrates Hinata's talent. With ideas and talents, if Hinata is given another chance, maybe Hinata will really do something big. And the sentence of the moment of the sun is also deafening for the diurnal difference. For a while, Hyuga fell silent. Serve as a dog for the Zone family. He. Who wants to be born as a dog for the Hinata clan? He and Hinata are siblings, and just being born a little late determined his fate of being planted as a caged bird and becoming a member of a separate family. For him, he felt extremely unwilling. Over 20 years. He seems to have accepted this fate. But upon hearing Hinata's words, he knew how unwilling he was in his heart. Who wants to accept the fate of such a dog day? At least, he is unwilling. Uncle Rizhao, Ning Ci is almost 2 years old. If I remember correctly, when he carved the bird in a cage, he had to be engraved at the age of 3. Do you also want to see Ning Ci being engraved with the bird in a cage, bound by this layer of shackles, and controlled by the people of the Rizhao sect from then on? Hinata said slowly. The careless words strengthened the indecisive heart of the daily difference. Okay, I can teach you sealing techniques. Hinata said with a firm gaze. He has endured the fate of more than 20 years, and he no longer has any expectations for his life. However, if possible, he does not want his son to be planted with that damn cage bird like him, and be bound for life from then on. But I have a question for you. Hinata said. Uncle Rizhao, please speak up. The sun moves in an instant, the path. What would you do if you really developed a technique to understand the bird curse seal in the open cage? Hinata looked deeply at Hinata and asked a question. This question. Hinata also fell silent. If you really want to ask him this question, he hasn't really thought it out for a while, or in other words, he hasn't even considered such a question. What he is thinking at this moment is only to unlock the time bomb called the curse of the bird in the cage at the beginning, so that he can be considered free and will no longer be bound by anyone. So, he has a plan for his own life, but this plan is only planned until he understands the bird curse seal in the cage. The sudden question is about the direction and difference of the sun. He also fell into a daze for a moment. After a moment of contemplation, I would probably change the Hinata clan. After thinking for a moment, Hinata gave her own answer. The system of bird curses and seals in the cage of the Hinata clan is really disgusting. If he is not a member of the Hinata clan, he may not even care about this matter. However, he is a member of the Hinata clan, and as a member of the Hinata clan, he is also extremely disgusted with such a system. So, if he evolves the art of understanding the bird curse seal in the cage, then he feels that what he needs to do after gaining freedom is to change the disgusting system of the bird curse seal in the cage of the Hinata clan. Of course. That premise is that he needs to have the strength to challenge the Hinata clan. Does it change? Then please do it. The diurnal difference also nodded towards the moment of the sun. In his view, being able to improve chakra refining at the age of 6 and successfully develop a more powerful, enhanced version of chakra refining already demonstrates Hinata's talent. If anyone can lead the Hinata family to break free from this separation, they will have to plant a system of bird curse seals in cages. So, 99% of this person should be Hinata. And he is relatively confident about Hinata. Perhaps he did not fully understand Hinata's truth, but in recent years, since Hinata's mother passed away, Hinata's family has been helping to take care of him, and he does not think that 2 or 3-year-old children will start disguising him. If you insist on saying why Hinata started covering herself, he feels it should have been after the cage bird curse seal was engraved on the Hinata moment. It is only because of the curse imprint of the bird in the cage that a person's personality begins to change. But he also believes the essence of a person is difficult to change. No matter what, Hyuga Shun can be considered his nephew. If Hinata Zong's family is together with his own nephew, he can only apologize to Hinata Zong's family. After all, nephew is more important. And the ancestral family. In his opinion, it's just a defense. At least, it is impossible for him to speak up for the Hinata clan. I only have a basic understanding of sealing techniques. The Hinata clan does not allow individuals to separate their families and learn sealing techniques. However, as a ninja, they encounter many tasks, some of which require mastering sealing techniques in order to execute them. Nevertheless, even so, the sealing techniques they have mastered are only the lowest level C-level sealing techniques. If you need advanced sealing techniques, I can't give it to you. Hinata said. I know, even C-level sealing is enough. Hinata nodded instantly and said. For this, he was not very surprised. After all, the Hinata clan was strictly controlled, and it was already quite difficult to learn the art of sealing. How could he expect to obtain a higher level of sealing, which was obviously impossible? The main function of the 16-character sealing technique is to capture criminals in villages, or to seal the chakra inside the enemy's body during missions and wars. Hinata took out a scroll from a room and placed it in front of Hinata, saying. Next, you come here every day to have dinner. After dinner, I will guide you on the practice of Rochuan to cover your ears. After the practice of Rochuan is over, I will spend an hour teaching you the 16-character sealing technique. Hinata said. It is necessary to be cautious when doing such things. If not careful, if it explodes, it will be a catastrophic disaster for him, or even for Hinata. So, he must also use some superficial things to cover up the past. Fortunately, he is the head of the Hinata family, so there is no one monitoring him at all times, which can give him the opportunity to teach Hinata Shun with peace of mind. Uncle Rizhao, I know now. The Hinata Echo Channel. This is naturally the best. Now, first take note of the content on the 16-character sealing technique. You cannot take the scroll with you, otherwise if it is found out, it will not be a good thing for you and me. Hinata said. Okay. Hinata Shun also nodded and immediately picked up the scroll that recorded the 16-character sealing technique. He opened it and flipped through it, relying on his own memory to first write down all the content on it. After writing it down, he also confirmed it a few times. Ensure that you have indeed recorded it. This is also to close the scroll of the 16-character sealing technique. See the situation. The diurnal difference also teaches the instantaneous onset of the sun. The 16-character sealing technique is not difficult. After all, it's just a sealing technique used to seal some crimes in daily life, and it can only be used to seal some lower tolerance and lower tolerance. However, upper tolerance, or strong players like Shadow Level, naturally have some shortcomings. However, those more powerful ninjas naturally have higher level sealing techniques that can seal the chakras inside their bodies. 1 hour later. Hinata also bid farewell from Hinata's home. 1 hour is already long enough. If it's been a little longer, if it's been like this for a long time, if it's been targeted because of this kind of thing, then it's not good. Next. During this period of time. Hinata is when he comes to Hinata's house to enjoy his meal after finishing his meal. After finishing his dinner, Hinata points out Hinata's Ro Quan. After 1 hour of Ro Quan's guidance, Hinata begins to learn sealing techniques. After finishing his studies, Hinata leaves. Repeat this repeatedly. It took about 20 days for Hinata to complete. He finally learned the 16-character sealing technique. Of course. Not only the 16-character sealing technique, but also the 16-character unsealing technique. Sealing technique is something. It is already a supporting facility. Also known as sealing technique, unsealing technique is usually developed as well. If it hasn't been developed yet, that means the developer intentionally did not develop it. Of course. There may also be some sealing technology developers who did not develop unsealing techniques, but later on, after encountering these sealing techniques, out of consideration or wanting to crack these so-called sealing techniques, they developed understanding sealing techniques. For example, Orochimaru used the 5-element seal on Naruto in the Death Forest during the ninja exam, which caused Naruto's chakra to become even more chaotic. In the end, it was only after Zillai also used the 5-element seal to unlock Naruto's 5-element seal that he was able to recover. So, it took him half a month to learn the 16-character sealing technique and the 16-character unsealing technique. Finally, these 16-character sealing techniques and 16-character unsealing techniques have appeared one after another in his ability to evolve on the panel. Host. Hinata Moment, Ability. Essence Version Chakra Extraction, 0/5, Soft Fist, 0/5, Instant Body Skill, 0/1, Double Body Skill, 0/1, Transformation Skill, 0/1, Split Body Skill, 0/1, 16-character Seal Skill, 0/3, 16-character Unscrambling Skill, 0/3. Only the ability to enter the evolution panel can give him the opportunity to use evolution opportunities to evolve that ability. P.S. A new book with 3,000 words per chapter, full of sincerity. Could you please kindly support us with flowers? Thank you. Chapter 9. Yuzhibo, rejected by the villagers of my village. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. The full value of the evolution experience bar of level C seal is 3, so once the full value is level D and the level below level D, and 5 times it should be level B, so the level of essence version chakra extraction is at level B. Can we evolve 5 more times to transform into a brand new chakra extraction technique that rivals the A-level ninjutsu category? 5 evolutionary opportunities will take 5 months. Should I evolve the 16-character seal interpretation or continue to evolve the essence version of chakra extraction? Hinata also inferred the meaning represented by these numerical values from the evolution experience bar. That's why he became even more conflicted. Now, his essence version of chakra extraction can bring him 600% chakra extraction effect, which is quite fast. If we continue to evolve, the refining effect will continue to rise and increase, reaching 700%, 800%, and 900%. This is not a dream, but it is just that we have finally learned sealing and sealing techniques. If he were to evolve the unsealing technique, perhaps he could evolve it to the level where he could unlock the bird curse seal in the cage. So, he also became conflicted. On one hand, it is to enhance the effectiveness of refining chakras. On the other hand, there is a good thing to unlock the bird curse imprint in one's own cage. This makes it very difficult for him to make a decision. So, he pondered for a long time. Finally, it was decided not to consider it. Anyway, there are still several days before the new month of evolution opportunity arrives. Now entangled with this, he cannot immediately evolve a certain ability after being entangled. And after learning the 16-character sealing technique and 16-character unsealing technique, he naturally didn't need to come to Hinata no longer frequently to learn. The latter told him that he only needed to practice regularly at home. However, Hinata Shun himself stated that he would still come here frequently to enjoy meals. One day, on the street, Rixiangsui is walking on the street. Today he is going to have a meal of Lamian noodles for a change. As for why he doesn't eat barbecue, does he think he is so rich? The price of a meal of barbecue is at least 10 times more than that of Yao Lamian noodles. Ordinary people are good to say that the price of 1 or 2 portions of barbecue is not outrageous, but the price of ninjas is different. The amount of food is not comparable to ordinary people. 1 or 2 portions of grilled meat are nothing to ninjas, but after 5 or 6 portions, it can make one's head sweat. If you encounter something you can eat or treat at a dinner party, then after a meal, it will be the reward for several standard C-level tasks. A task. It's okay to say D-level tasks. If you're competitive enough, you can complete several D-level tasks in a day without any problems. But C-level tasks are different. The categories of close protection, hunting and killing beasts, and hunting mountain bandits are all within the scope of C-level missions. If it were a simpler C-level mission, it could take a few days to complete. If it is a more complex C-level task, it may take more than half a month, or even a month, to complete. However, the reward for C-level tasks ranges from 30,000 to 100,000 taels, and at the same time, in the character center of Kiba, the client will be asked to pay an appropriate price based on the difficulty of the task and the time required. But my village is basically responsible for executing all tasks, and now it is a group of 4 people. Therefore, after completing the tasks, the rewards received need to be shared equally among the 4 people. Therefore, although ninjas may seem handsome, it's their turn to make money. At most, ordinary ninjas are just slightly better than ordinary workers. In the ninja industry, if you want to make money, you also need to have the corresponding strength to be very profitable. For example, the strength of the wave wind water gate makes it not difficult to make money. However, for the moment of the sun, he is not very wealthy at the moment, and if not, He would also like to eat barbecue for a while. Walking. On the road, there was a commotion. He looked up and immediately, his eyebrows also furrowed. He is a member of the Uchiha clan. No. It should be referring to the members of the Kiba security force. However, from the early days of Kiba's establishment, the Kiba security forces were led and managed by members of the Uchiha clan, which once brought the reputation and power of the Uchiha clan to its peak in Kiba village. But unfortunately, this job is indeed a good one, but it can easily offend people. After all, not everyone is so friendly. Even if one makes a mistake, they may choose to shift the blame onto others. So, when the members of the Kiba security force are enforcing the law, even if it's normal law enforcement, if they are concerned by petty people and say a few bad things behind their backs, it will be a loss of image for the Uchiha clan. Especially, the Kiba security forces are all members of the Uchiha clan. This is even worse. This undoubtedly completely binds the Kiba security forces and the Uchiha clan together, so whether it is the people of the Kiba security forces who offend some narrow-minded villains in the law enforcement process, or the people of the Kiba security forces who really go too far in the law enforcement process. Regardless of the situation, for the Uchiha clan, it is constantly shaping one person after another to dislike and reject them. Especially, the people of the Uchiha clan take pride in their own family and are very proud. When faced with such situations, they will not pay special attention or use any other methods to restore the image of their Uchiha clan. So, on one hand, there is accumulated dissatisfaction due to time, while on the other hand, there is even less concern for this dissatisfaction and more indulgence. So, this has led to an increasing conflict between the Uchiha clan and the people of my village, making it even more difficult for the Uchiha clan to integrate into my village. Especially after the outbreak of the Nine Tails Rebellion. Another piece of news spread throughout my village. It is said that the nine-tailed demon fox was released by members of the Uchiha clan, and the culprit of the Nine-Tailed Rebellion is actually the Uchiha clan. This one is ready. The conflict between the Uchiha clan and the Kiba villagers has been somewhat deadlocked. If it were said that only a portion of the people before were dissatisfied with the Uchiha clan, disgusted with the Uchiha clan, and filled with prejudice. Now, most of the Kiba villagers are hostile towards the Uchiha clan. The sword and crossbow were already tense. In such a situation, the Uchiha clan still held the position of the Kiba security force, which instantly became even hotter. Maintain the security and stability of the village. This means that in the position of the Kiba security force, it is necessary to frequently deal with the Kiba villagers. However, the current relationship between the Uchiha clan and the Kiba villagers can be said to be heated oil and water. If one is not careful, it will directly explode. Keep going like this. It will only make the villagers of Kiba more hostile towards the Uchiha clan, and the conflict between the two will become increasingly significant. Wait until one day when the conflict completely erupts. That's because public opinion is hard to defy. At least, after the Uchiha clan was exterminated, the villagers of Mai can be said to have seen it as a piece of gossip. As for sympathy, perhaps there are, but definitely not many. Who would feel very sad about the news of someone they really dislike passing away? Dog day, the Uchiha clan is simply deceiving others too much. Those guys with eyes on their heads, what about maintaining public order? I think they're just intentionally causing trouble. Damn it, even though the Nine Tails Rebellion was caused by them, they still put on an innocent appearance after the incident ended. Damn it, the Uchiha clan should replace the fourth Hokage lord to die. Have you heard about it? The people of the Uchiha clan have no objections to the relocation of the entire clan. There is no objection, I think they are feeling guilty, so they dare not object. Pooh. I think the third generation Hokage lord is really too kind, so we should just drive the Uchiha clan out of my village directly. The complaining voices of the villagers around Mai also came to Hinata's ears one by one. Every sentence of communication and dialogue reveals their dissatisfaction with the Uchiha clan. Perhaps it is due to the strength of the Uchiha clan, or because the Uchiha clan has control over the Kiba security forces, they dare not directly provoke people who hold law enforcement positions. So, no matter how much they are filled with the Uchiha clan, they only dare to express their dissatisfaction with the Uchiha clan through words when communicating with their companions privately. The Uchiha clan is really miserable. Regarding this, Hinata was also shaking her head incessantly in her heart. To say it's unjust. The Uchiha clan is truly unjustified. After all, the Nine Tails rebellion was not really caused by some of them, the Uchiha clan, in the village of Kiba. It's just a means for Uchiha to bring soil. As a result, they directly took the blame. Also because of this matter, the conflict between the Uchiha clan and the Kiba villagers directly erupted. Encountering a clan leader who couldn't even understand the situation, the Uchiha clan really fell into big trouble. Hinata's secret passage. In fact, the Nine Tails rebellion was just like that. Mainly, it's still Uchiha Fuyue's pot. This clan leader has a bit of a brainwave, and the Nine Tails rebellion has erupted. Are you TMD not going to support because of the orders of the third generation? During that period, was Huiying the third or fourth generation? Another thing is risk avoidance. This is even more nonsense. The more it is at this time, the more you have to work hard, otherwise, the so-called avoidance will only be used by others to attack the Uchiha clan as a sharp blade afterwards. Especially now. Monkey Flying, Sun Cutting and others proposed that the Uchiha clan move to a corner of the village to live. You didn't refuse with a strong attitude, but instead agreed directly. Do you really think that compromising with the other party can clear the suspicion on you? That will only make everyone feel that the Uchiha clan is being guilty, so they agreed to the relocation plan without saying anything. P.S. A new book with 3,000 words per chapter, full of sincerity. Could you please kindly support us with flowers? Thank you. Chapter 10. Evolution of Speed. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This translator is experiencing an error, please try another translator.